Welcome to 12-Minute Talks, where important information is shared in a short time period. Learn from other business owners, entrepreneurs, and experts about what they do to help you find solutions to everyday topics in 12 minutes or less. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the 12-Minute Talks podcast. Today we have Dr. Lola Ashaye from In Touch Primary Care. Um, she's the CEO of In Touch Primary Care in Sugarland, Texas, and it's a center where individuals and business owners can become and stay healthy so they can live fully and enjoy doing what they love. So I'm really excited to get to know more about Dr. Ashaye and her practice. So let's get to it. So, Dr. Ashaye, thank you so much for being on today.
Thank you. Thank you, Lorena. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so I think it's an interesting concept, and we're gonna get into it a little bit more about how you differ from maybe traditional doctors out there in payment services, right? But why don't you tell the audience a little bit more about how you got started in the industry?
Yeah, sure. This is my third year in Touch Primary Care. I had the idea for it late October of 2019, and then we opened a few months later during the pandemic. And honestly, I got started because I just felt like there was a better way to practice medicine. If you've been in mainstream healthcare, the way it's structured, it makes it very difficult to provide high quality care because it's hard to get in to see a doctor. Sometimes you have to wait weeks or months. And then when you get there, you have to wait for a long time. And then you only see your doctor for a short time, after waiting all this time. And when you do, have questions, everything is rushed. If you forget to bring something up, it's hard to reach your doctor after the visit. So, and then sometimes you get a bill 2 to 3 months later that you're not expecting. So, what happens with all these things is people are less likely to go to the doctor because of their negative experiences. And it's not just the inconvenience that concerns me, it's also the fact that what it leads to. So what it leads to is people delaying their care because things get it's too complicated to see their doctor, and so they just don't go. And
Right.
that's what concerns me.
Okay, so I can certainly see that. I do health insurance in Texas and Florida, and I get that complaint often. Like, I called to make an appointment, and they didn't give me anything for like 2 to 3 months, and I need to do something. So I'm seeing more use of like the virtual care, like video chats and phone calls. Is that something that you integrate in your business as well?
Yeah, funny you mentioned that because I actually just did a talk about that, how to do that properly. But yes, that's something that I use in my practice. And
Wait,
it's
what do you mean? Sorry to interrupt. What do you mean how to do that properly as a doctor or as the consumer?
as a patient, because the truth of the matter is not everything virtual, not all many conditions can be treated virtually and it can be convenient, but sometimes it's actually dangerous to try to figure out something virtually for the patient because some things can be missed. So I I talked about that recently. So
Right, right. So like I saw like some of, as an agent, they give us lists of like what you can do on these virtual calls, and I thought it was funny because it said like it could treat a UTI, and I'm like, a UTI, like that seemed odd to me to do through virtual care, but I mean, I
yeah.
guess like
Yeah,
yeah,
you can. Actually, you can for simple UTIs. So there are all these caveats, and it's important. What I say for virtual visits, the safest way to do it is to do it with someone that already knows you. That's the best way to do it. Doing it with just a random doctor that is just getting to meet you for the first time virtually, sometimes that's risky.
agreed. So switching subjects here, Dr. Shea. Um, So basically, you help people who maybe have insurance but don't want to go through their insurance to get better quality care and quicker service. Is that accurate? you would say?
Yeah, that's accurate. It works for people with insurance, people without insurance, people that just are seeking a more personalized approach to their healthcare.
Okay. And so like I'm here in Florida and here we have like certain centers where like they'll do based on people's income is how much they pay. Do you provide like a income scale type or is it just a flat fee?
Yeah, so it's a flat fee, and the fee is the same for people whether or not they have insurance. So the fee is based on the viability of the practice for the most part, you know. So, and the idea is we want to limit the number of people we see so that we are not in the same position as a lot of traditional care practices where they have to see so many people and so they cannot provide, as high quality care. So we have, a flat fee, and that's, depending on the age of the person, it's a little bit different. But other than that, it's the same for everybody.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And so typically, let's say somebody's calling in, how long can they expect to see you or to get that appointment?
Yeah, so people can get in same day or next business day. So they can get in very quickly. And in addition to that, when they come in, they don't have to wait because they're usually the only person in the office at once. So they walk right in, they get into the room, we see them. We don't have to rush because we're able to spend the time that they need to listen to their concerns. And then it makes people a lot more relaxed. And because it's a flat membership fee, they can come in as often as they need. So coming in is not based on, we don't count how often they come in. It just, we incentivize them to come in to get checked out.
That's great. And I really liked what you said also that it's not like a 5 minute consultation. I think we've all had that experience, right? Where like I call it the revolving door, right? Like the doctor walks in and out, and maybe you're not even seeing your doctor, you're seeing like a nurse, or I had once like a student nurse, and this whole time I thought it was the doctor,
Wow.
for like a regular checkup, and I was like, okay, that's
Yeah,
interesting, But usually, how long are you spending with these patients that they can expect this
right.
quality service?
Yeah, absolutely. So most of the time for a new patient, we spend an hour. For established patients, we spend usually 30 minutes or more. So our appointments are very relaxed. Like a lot of our visits, it's like we're talking to a friend because we know our patients very well. So we don't, I often am the one like, they're the ones like, oh, okay, I need to go instead of the other way around. So it's a very different approach compared to the traditional care model.
Yeah, awesome. I like to see these alternatives. I will say I do sell health insurance, so I always tell my clients go where if it's in the list, you can go there. But it's always good to have options. So is this also like a monthly payment that they pay, or is it just when they use it?
So it's a membership, like a gym membership. So they can pay it monthly or yearly. It's an annual membership, but they can pay it, monthly, yearly, every 3 months, every 6 months, however they choose. Um, but yeah, once they have the membership, then they can use our services as often as they need.
Fantastic. So yeah, I mean, I think this is great for people that have maybe a high deductible plan or maybe an HSA. I would assume you could use the funds from an HSA to fund this membership. So those are interesting scenarios that I would certainly say. And so, do you treat people of all ages or anything in particular?
So I'm a family medicine and lifestyle medicine doctor, which basically means that I help, I'm a general practitioner. I can see people of children and adults. In our practice, we say 5 and up, and that's just because children under 5 need a lot of vaccines, and we don't have vaccines in our practice. We send them out. So just for convenience of for the patient, we say 5 and up. But we can't see younger. We do see younger when parents want us to. But majority of our patients are adults, and we treat, chronic conditions, diabetes, high blood pressure, asthma, thyroid disease, the whole gamut, heart disease, high cholesterol, all the common conditions. And then we treat acute conditions, like you mentioned, UTIs, colds, coughs, that sort of thing too. And then with lifestyle medicine, the goal is to actually reduce the use of medications. So we end up talking to people about lifestyle behaviors that can help them reduce use of medications or eliminate medications entirely.
Fantastic. So we're almost getting here to the end. What would you say sets you apart from other practices that are doing something similar?
Well, what I'll say is for us at In Touch Primary Care, one thing I'm very passionate is about business owners because having a practice myself, I know that I have a heart for people that, have businesses. It's a lot of work. It's not for the faint-hearted. And I notice a lot of business owners tend to put their health on the back burner. They're not aware that there are options for healthcare outside of the traditional care structure. And because of the expense associated with healthcare, a lot of them don't have healthcare or they don't provide healthcare for their employees. And I love this model. I think it works perfectly for business owners because it has the flexibility and the convenience that business owners require so they can get back to work. It's also very affordable because we have discounts in our testing. We have other things within the practice that makes it much more affordable than the traditional health plans. And so it really saves business owners time and money and helps them prevent serious health conditions so that because they don't have to delay their care. So I think that's a big, business owners can really, really benefit from a model like this.
Couldn't agree more. I have many of them as my clients, and I can tell you, they love to ask me, "Oh, do I get a refund if I didn't use my insurance?" And I'm like, the point is for you to use it. I mean, hopefully nothing bad, but I could certainly see business owners using a service like this. And Dr. Ashaye, how can somebody get in touch with you if they would like more information?
Yeah, so they can go on our website, intouchprimarycare.com, and they can schedule a meet the doctor there. I'm also on Instagram and Facebook at InTouch Primary, and on TikTok at intouch.primary, and on LinkedIn as Adelola Ashaye.
Fantastic. And like always, I will have all of the links down below for anyone watching or listening to the podcast so they can easily get in touch with our guest today. And I just wanted to quickly introduce myself for those of you that don't know who I am. My name's Lorena Tomasini, and I'm the owner of Mom Life and Health Insurance Agency, where together with my mom, we help families and businesses with their financial protection needs in Florida and Texas. Um, so, Dr. Shea, it's been great having you today on the show. One last question, since you're also an entrepreneur yourself, what would you say is a good productivity tip for all these business owners that you're helping with their health?
Yeah, I'll say it's so important to feed your mind daily with healthy material. So we hear a lot about healthy eating and feeding and diet, exercise and all that. But our mind, everything flows from the mind. So feeding our minds is just as important. So that will be my tip.
That's a great tip to leave us with today. Well, thank you so much for being on today. Is there anything else you would like to add?
Yeah, I want to say thank you so much, Loretta, for having me. I mean, I really commend you having, a doctor here to talk about a different, model of care. And I really appreciate you helping other people, get health care, which is very important. So thank you for having me.
Well, thank you. Thank you for listening to this podcast and hope you will listen to the next one. I'm Lorena Tomasini, and you can contact me via email life@malmins.com. Make it a great day.